Every motorcycle has a story, and this is the anthology of those stories. Whether it's repairing, restoring, or customizing, it all happens right here at Wheels Through Time in the heart of Maggie Valley, North Carolina. Hi, my name is Dale Waxler, and my son Matt, and painter John. Welcome to the Time Machine.
Huh. Same carb, close.
Apparently the problem on the carburetor is that the carburetor main throttle shaft is frozen, and the bike will never run that way, so it's likely that carburetor's going to have to come apart. In order to get the carb off, so you got to take the manifold off.
Well, it's got two screws.
Yeah, but it's still got unscrewed.
Right, but there's a double
nut.
Two nuts there, so this middle one here should be able to unscrew. Yeah, I understand that.
No, it's not a sleeve. The carburetor's got to come off all the way around. It's got to spin all the way around. Well, it's always great to have spare parts. This is actually an extra breeze carburetor I had laying around my junk. It's slightly different than this one. Parts might work. This one, the carburetor's come off to do that. You got to take off this entire intake manifold, and it could be a fragile job. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little heat on the nuts. You want to hold that carburetor on that side there, Bob? Oh yeah. Off to the table. Now we're going to see if Matt's right. Looks like Matt was right.
It's okay, that was probably better. We did that anyway.
Well, it looks like the good thing is this carburetor is going to live. I got the throttle shaft freed up. If you look in the hole there, you can see the butterfly working. I'm going to put the main jet back in it. I think I'll put the manifold on, and then we'll do it Matt's way. We'll put the carburetor on after that. Cool thing on the Pierce, the frame is the gas tank and the oil tank. So we've got clean oil in it. We've used a thin oil to make it get in there. But if you look right here on the gauge, it's halfway full. Shut that thing off, turn the gas on, and if we don't leak, we're ready to go. Oh yeah, what's the ugliest part of it? Well, the controls are pretty simple on this machine. Throttle on the right, we've got all that working pretty good. The left throttle operates your decompression and the timing. So I think Matt said the decompression was backwards. So got the engine decompressed, so I'll be able to pedal it up, drop the compression in, a little bit of gas, it ought to go right up.
That was great!
Well, I know, I calculated it, but I calculated it wrong. Well, it started instantly.
Awesome.
I've got the, that was kind of panicky there. We don't want anything to blow up, but the motor sounds great. Going to readjust the throttle, and hopefully we'll be able to drive this thing this afternoon.
Holy moly. No, I don't think it does have a kill switch.
Against my better judgment, I'm going to take this thing for a ride.
First is down.
Historic moment. We'll see how this 101-year-old bike goes. Here comes Mr. Bozier. He owns this bike. Unexpected surprise, and he's going to get to see this bike run for the first time.
You got the key to my mule? Where's pucka, huh?
It runs so good, it's unreal. You know, there's really nothing like bringing an old relic back to life, and for Mr. Bozier to trust us here at Wheels Through Time to work on this incredibly rare machine. I don't think there's a better one in the world anywhere. Thanks for joining us on the Time Machine.
Unbelievable!